Hey folks, JD here, and today we're going to revisit this guy. This is the SMAO R F504 Raptor, and this little guy was pretty fun. He's pretty much a long-standing SMAO X5C clone, and actually worked pretty well. So I thought I'd bring him back out. It's been a couple of weeks since we've actually looked at this, and I thought that we would take him back up and see if he still offers exactly what I thought he did when we first took him out. Now, as you can see, I'm standing in a different place today. Well, actually no, it's the same place. I'm just standing in a different orientation. I noticed the past few videos, this camera that I'm wearing is getting a little bit old, so therefore its colour correction and brightness setting, auto brightness setting, isn't working correctly. So I thought I'd stand here with my back to the sun to see if this makes any difference when it comes to the actual video. Now, okay, I have shortened the length of the pitch, but obviously I have still got the width as well, but that's what used to be the length. So I thought I'd give it a try. If it makes no difference, then I'm just going to buy a new camera anyway, but I thought at least I'd give this a try. Maybe as well with the smaller copters, it may be a little bit easier for us to see as well when he goes straight forwards. So back to this guy. So we took him out a few weeks ago. No altitude hold. He has got a camera, but no FPV feature, so it just records the video. Today I won't be recording. I'll just be flying, as we have already been through and seen the quality of this camera anyway. So don't forget, in the description I'm going to link the original flight should you have not seen it. So alright then folks, let's take him up. Right, so I brought our trusty helipad there as well, so I'm just going to pop him on. I've been through the whole pre-flight checks anyway and just made sure that everything's okay. I've double checked, as we've flown this already once, I've double checked all the screws, I've double checked all the, as you just saw me doing there, all the landing sprigs. Everything else looks to be quite fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab this controller and we're going to take him up. So just to bind, it's a simple up and down action, then the flashing LEDs on both the transmitter and the quadcopter will now be solid. It's at this point we can now take him up. Okay, so calibration seems to have gone a bit within this quadcopter. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring him back to me. Come on fella, and we're going to recalibrate him and see if that makes any difference at all. Right, okay, there we go. So bring him down. We're going to push both of the analog sticks outwards, and then we're going to push them both inwards as well. With some quadcopters I can never remember which, it's inwards, and with others it's out. So hopefully, oh no, it looks, oh, let's try that again. It looks as if this motor here isn't spinning up at the same time as everybody else. So, might have, if I just accelerate ever so slowly, yeah, it looks like he's pulling. I can automatically stabilise that. It's not best advisable to fly like this at all. So I'm going to try and see if I can fly him safely. If I can't, I'm going to just retire him. But that aside, that could have happened in my bag when I was bringing him here. There could be any amount of reason for that. He's actually flying pretty well. I was feathering the throttle a little bit there, so that was the jumping motion, should you see that. But he's flying okay. He's not as loud as I remember either. But this was a cheap and cheerful quadcopter. I did want something that was just going to hit the beginner's cheap market, and this sprung up at me on Amazon, so I decided to buy it. And it is cheap and cheerful, but it doesn't mean it's not fun. Come on fella. It is, I still find it an immense amount of fun, I gotta be honest. I mean, I'm managing to keep that extra motor just spinning at the same as all the rest. So he's actually got a pretty straight flight path today. Not bad at all. A little bit extra power now and again just to pick him up off the floor. As I'm sure you remember, there's no altitude hold with this model. And it just makes me smile at all, because he really looks as if he's having fun. And the more you fly, the more you try, the more you actually figure out that he is having a lot of fun. And there is no pressure being put on these motors. I mean, obviously the one motor is a little bit screwed, as we saw. I'm going to have a little look at that. Maybe I'll try and see if I can get a replacement motor and we'll try and see if we can do a repair of him, because I would like to keep this copter in the air. He is insane amount of fun, and I do like, as much as I like my very expensive GPS quadcopters, I love my basic cheap quadcopters as well, because it was one of these that it was on the cheaper side of the market that I got into quadcoptering. He's flying remarkably well. Lights aren't flashing yet, we've still got a lot of battery time. Oh, flips are still looking good with a dodgy motor as well. Sun is just coming up behind me. Let's take him up again to altitude. Another flip. Yes, mate. Oh, look. Just feather him around here a bit. Whee! Ha ha! Off we go, mate. Oh, he's awesome. I really do enjoy this little guy. I'm glad that he is allowing us to fly him with a dodgy motor. Not that I recommend that at all. If you have got a dodgy motor in your quadcopter, then do stop, do seek guidance. Either repair it if you are of the electronics sort. If you're not, then I would most definitely just retire the quadcopter. But this guy, even though the motor spun up at a different rate, and he did seem to pull to the left, there hasn't been any indication with him that he is actually struggling. I mean, he's flying really true. Actually, he's flying straighter than some of the other quadcopters that I have, which are working properly. That was me then just killing the engines to bring them back online to see how they would react, and there wasn't any intentional dipping. All motors spun back up. Off he goes again. Right then. This guy is a lot of fun. As I say, if you are going to buy a cheap quadcopter and you've already got the SMAO R X5C, then you can't go far wrong with this guy. The motors seem to be getting louder. Either that or I've just become accustomed to them. Still, look at him go. We're just flying this. We haven't brought him down once. We're just flying him straight. One takeoff, one flight, and he is just annihilating this place. Okay, another flip. Why not? Yeah, well done, mate. Off we go again. Okay, we've got one flashing red light under there. I believe that's the camera. Let's just bring him in for a look. Yeah, that's the camera that's flashing, not the battery meter, so we're okay at that. I love the challenge every now and again of flying a quadcopter without altitude hold. Don't get me wrong, I love altitude hold. It's such a great little feature. It's an amazing little gimmick feature that has just worked really, really well. But I just really enjoy the basic quadcopters. No altitude hold, nothing. You have to be its altitude hold. Hello, mate. Whee! Where are you going now? And they are insane amount of fun. Oh, almost hit the floor, didn't though. Beautiful. Oh, now he's flashing. Right, okay. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Well, we'll do one more lap of him. One more lap. Come on in, mate. One more lap for us. Looks like the weather's about to turn as well. We've had some horrendous weather the past couple of days. And this is the first sort of dry, no wind that we've had. And I thought, right, quickly run out. Film some quads. There we go. Well done, mate. Perfect. Oh, look at him. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. I was very concerned when I saw this motor not spinning up at the same time and pulling to the left. I thought, oh no, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. But fortunately it wasn't. It looked as if, I'm going to have a little look and see if there's any issues with the cabling. Maybe there's just an issue with the sticky motor, but whatever happens, I'm going to try and see if I can source another motor for this and then see if we can repair it then at some point later on in the future. So there we go, this was the revisit, and I had just as much fun flying this again as I did have the first time that I flew it. A wonderful little quadcopter, really cheap, really cheerful, but just works, just absolutely annihilates the air, and that's exactly what you need from a little quadcopter like this. Alright then folks, thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.